Welcome back to my channel for another video, and welcome if you are new. I would love to have you subscribe and stick around for regular updates on homeschool mom life and topics like what I am going to be talking about today, which are 5 habits of highly successful homeschoolers. So if you're new to my channel, I have 4 children and I have been homeschooling almost an entire decade. I am getting ready in the next few years to graduate my first child from our homeschool. And as I get closer to that finish line, there's a sense of accomplishment and there is a sense of pride in seeing our homeschooling journey to completion. At least in her life. And so I wanted to share some wisdom with you guys in today's video. So the first thing you might be asking yourself is, well, what is a highly successful homeschooler? Well, I would leave that up to you. If you are a homeschooler, what do you envision as success? Is it, getting accepted into an Ivy League college, or is it, being very firm in their faith, your child I'm speaking about? So what is a highly successful homeschooler will be left up to you to determine. But for me, I have some things that I have seen to be true in my homeschooling journey, and I count our homeschool to be a successful one, a place of success, a place of forward motion and progress in each of my kids' lives, their spiritual lives, their intellectual lives, and in their personal lives as well. So the first tip or the first habit really that I think we see, or that I've seen, is that highly successful homeschoolers know their why. They know why they're homeschooling, and they're able to see the long-term goal. They know their why, and they're able to see the long-term goal. I really and truly believe that having that type of vision is essential for being a successful homeschooler. If you do not know your why, you will quit. And if you cannot see past the difficulties of life as seasons and difficult moments in parenting, you will lose sight of the long-term goal. And for me personally in my homeschool, my concern and long-term goal has always been to fully equip my children academically and spiritually to stand and pursue whatever they want. So we have had the right combination of rigor in our homeschool to ensure that they are ready to pursue whatever career path they want to go down. But also, more importantly, in my opinion, is their spiritual life. And the world is extremely dark and difficult, and it is not going to change. It always has been, but there's been a rapid acceleration towards Christians and it's a hostile world out there. And so our kids have to be able to stand. The world will try to pull them and confuse them. And so my long-term goals have always been both of those things. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone back to those. And so I've seen it across the board. I'm not even just speaking for my personal homeschool, because of course I haven't completed my homeschooling journey yet, but I've seen this be true in anyone who has successfully graduated children from homeschooling, who have gone on to stand for Christ and be successful in whatever career field they do. Their mom knew their why, and they kept their eyes on those long-term goals. So the second habit of highly successful homeschoolers that I have seen in my own life, as well as in other lives of successful homeschoolers, is that they have established rhythms and systems that work well in their homes. They these people know what works and what creates efficiency and a peaceful home, an orderly home, and that's going to look different for everyone. But a highly successful homeschooler has systems and rhythms in place, because chaos is exhausting and chaos is defeating. And so if you do not have those systems in place, and they change based on whatever season or life circumstance you're dealing with, they definitely change. But if you're not someone who has developed those things, chaos is tiring, and I know you would agree with me. And so that's not to say we don't have chaotic days, but the overall theme of the home and the homeschool in a highly successful homeschooler is a person of rhythm and systems. And no two homes are the same. So having those things for your house will allow you to succeed in your homeschool. The third habit of highly successful homeschoolers that I have seen to be true is that they are confident in their decisions, and the thoughts of the neighbor, the grandparents, the grocery store clerk do not faze them one single bit when it comes to their decision to homeschool their children. They are confident in their choices. They are confident in their abilities. That's not to say that sometimes we don't get a little doubtful, don't hear it wrong, but they're confident. And so the world's opinions, the rude comments, all that can maybe, make you make a funny face, or, it bother you a little bit. But highly successful homeschoolers do not spend hours justifying their reasons for homeschooling to the store clerk who says the good old "no school today." I mean, highly successful homeschoolers just say, nope, we're homeschooled, or they homeschool, and then it's the barrage of questions that follow, and there's just no need to engage with that unless you feel led to do so. So highly successful homeschoolers are confident in their decisions, and they are not swayed by the opinions of the world. The fourth habit of highly successful homeschoolers that I have seen to be true and passionately stand behind is that they treat homeschooling as a priority, not an afterthought. Not something we hope we'll get around to, not something that is, second behind other things. Homeschooling and being successful in your homeschool, which is defined by you have to treat it as a priority. Your kids' education you've taken ownership of it. When you take your kids out of public or private or charter schools, you're saying, I take ownership over educating my child as it should be. And so when you do that, please know that there is a weight that comes with that. Now, it's not a burden because God equips, but there is the perseverance and hard work and self-discipline that homeschooling does require, that it does need to be a priority in your life. And so highly successful homeschoolers treat homeschooling as a top 3 priority in their day, I would say, if not the greatest priority to their day as a parent. And the fifth tip that I have, or the fifth habit really, of highly successful homeschoolers are they have learned to adapt and not abandon. So many times I hear from people who are going through something difficult, or something has changed, or the child is difficult, or the child has changed, or whatever the case is. And rather than just adapting the home educating experience and adapting those systems I already talked about, they abandon it. They say, oh, I can't do it. And I think that right there is what prevents a lot of homeschoolers from homeschooling through till graduation, is they get to high school and they go, that's overwhelming. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to make sure my child can do X, Y, or Z in their future. And so they abandon homeschooling rather than just adapting the homeschool to ensure that your kids can do X, Y, or Z in their futures. There's an answer for everything. It can be found with research and diligence, and so highly successful homeschoolers learn how to adapt homeschool through pregnancies, moves, job loss, illness, death, all of the above. They learn to adapt the homeschool, not abandon the call to homeschool. And that is definitely a habit that I have seen to be true across the board for successful homeschoolers. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from me on this quick little video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Please leave a thumbs up on this video. It's a free way to support my channel, and it's very, very helpful in getting this homeschooling content out in a world that is against family and against, these type of values that I share here on my channel. I need you guys now more than ever. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye, friends.